Hi, my name is Erin Gaber. I'm a world champion artistic roller skater, and today in this episode we're going to be working on marching. Okay, so marches are one of the first things you will learn as a skater. The purpose of a march is to move you from stagnant to potentially rolling, okay? So you're gonna wanna make sure your skates are parallel to begin with, okay, for marching, and you're literally just gonna pick up one foot and put it back down, okay? It's pretty much exactly how it sounds, okay? When you're first learning this though, I teach my students to keep your skates parallel until you really have good core balance and you're not falling all over the place. So once you've established your core balance, you've got bent knees, okay, and you're pretty comfortable with this marching action, at that point you can start to point your toes out a little bit in a slight V, okay? So the purpose of doing this is that now this kind of transitions into a push and roll, okay? So you start with your feet in a V, okay? You're gonna slowly do the same marching, okay? And you see how I'm actually starting to roll a little bit with that. Okay, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. So once again, if you're just learning marching, I strongly recommend keep your skates parallel until you're really comfortable just with this marching action of picking up your skates. It's very important that you actually pick your skate up off the ground. A lot of times I see this happening. This is not going to get you anywhere, okay? So you have to actually pick your skate up and take those small marching steps. Once you're comfortable with that, then you can transition into a slight V, okay? Do the same motion, picking up the skates, and then this will transfer into a push and roll later on down the road. Okay. Once again, a few common errors are keeping the skates on the floor and doing this action. Again, this is just going to tire you out and you're not going to really go anywhere, okay? So you do want to actually pick your skates up off the floor. Something I teach my students, especially like my younger students, I have them pick up their knees, like do high knees, okay? If they're trying to keep their skates on the ground, because this feels like it would be more stable, but you're really not going to learn how to roller skate that way, okay? So you do have to make sure you're picking your skates up. As always, you want to have your arms out when you're learning something. This is also for balance and for visual reference. So you can see if you've got one side dropping, I can see that out of my peripherals, okay? So arms out for balance and visual reference. Keep your knees bent always and your core muscles nice and strong. One more thing, you want to make sure that when you're doing this marching, you don't let your skates get too far apart, okay? Because then you see how far I'm having to shift my body weight to step on the other foot. So you want to keep the skates pretty close together, maybe about 2 inches or so, just directly underneath your hips while you're doing this, okay? Once again, my name is Erin Gaber. Thank you so much for joining us on this tutorial over marching.